Three, two, one. Welcome to this published author's interview. My name is Kenneth Muyingo, and with me I have a special guest that I will be interviewing. First, I just want to mention, if you watch this interview and you would like to write a book yourself and become an author, there is a link with it. To join the group, become an author and write your first book to connect with like-minded people who are doing the same. With that said, I would like to get into the interview by asking my guest to say hello to you and to introduce herself.
Hi everyone, my name is Danielle Martin and I'm coming to you from the wonderful island of Trinidad and Tobago in the Caribbean.
Wow, thank you so much, Danielle. Trinidad and Tobago, it's beautiful there. How's the weather like?
Oh, sunny.
Yeah?
Yes,
Oh,
very hot.
we've had a very cloudy day here in the Netherlands today.
I'll send some sunshine your way.
Please do. We will sure appreciate that. So Danielle, you have written a book. Can you tell us about your book?
All right. It was published in, two years ago, in 2018.
Yeah.
It's an anthology of poems. It's my first published book.
Yes.
It consists of 40 poems dealing on the topic of love and life.
Very important topics, love and life. It's very nice. What is the title of the book?
The book is entitled Kissing Shadows.
Kissing Shadows.
Yeah.
Beautiful title.
You.
I'm curious, how did you come up with the title?
Well, the poems themselves led to the title. You know, it directed the title because love and life, we all have experiences in life, right? And the experiences that we have cast shadows, right?
Wow.
And the shadows linger, they fester, you know, and sometimes we try to push them away. But we have to be brave enough to kiss our shadows, because when we face the darkness, we allow light to come in.
When we face the darkness, we allow the light to come in.
Yeah.
I will remember that. Well, tell me, what's the vision that you have for this book?
Well, we are all connected. And as much as we think we're different because of our race and where we grow up and, you know, our countries, we all have similarities. And we all have similar experiences, particularly love and friendships, relationships. We experience similar emotions. And this book is just to show that, you know, hopefully when the readers, you know, read, they connect with the experiences and they realize that they're not alone.
And then, wow. What inspired you to write this book?
Well, it's not one definitive thing. I've always been a dream of mine to write a book from ever since I was little. Always been a dream of mine. What really created the environment for this book? I had a friend, she's an author, and you know, I said, you know, I write poetry. Now, this is something I always keep to myself. My poems have always been like a diary, you know, something very personal.
Exactly.
So in talking to her, she was like, well, let me see some of your poems. So I was like, okay. So I showed her a couple and she said, these are good. You know, you can write, you know, you can publish these. And I said, okay. So I went, because I have a whole 4 huge notebooks of poems dating back to when I was 8. Right. So I went back and I went through and I edited and said, okay, I like these. And this is what I will give. And it went from there.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you just love writing poetry and you just had the poems there and...
Yeah, I mean, the thing poetry for me has always been like how people write a diary.
Yeah.
That's how I express my feelings, my observations through poetry. And like I said, I wrote my first poem when I was 8 and I still have it today.
Wow.
I won't tell you how old I am now though.
Wow. Maybe you're like 12.
I like you already, yes.
Wow, but this is amazing. It's so since you're 8, you just Wow. And so you wanted to write a book since you were young?
Yes,
And
something I
maybe
always wanted to do.
can
But
you tell us about
I never thought it would happen. It's just something, oh, I would like
why?
to do this one day. I don't know, it just seemed like a far-fetched notion. It didn't seem like it was attainable.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
then as I got older, I was like, I didn't know where to start, what to do, how to get this idea
Yeah.
of getting my book published. I had no idea what to do, the whole process.
Yeah.
So thankfully, my friend, like I said, she's an author. She was able to navigate the
Yeah.
initial stages.
Wow. Very nice. It does help to have good friends, and
Yes, it does.
wow, that's really nice. And Kissing Shadows. It's I'm curious. I'm going to have to read this one. I ordered a copy, and I am going to be
Read it and leave a
devouring.
review. Don't forget to leave a review as well.
Very
Fingers crossed
important.
that you like it.
Indeed, indeed. Um, so you have been writing. You wrote your first poem when you were 8. Do
Mhm.
you consider yourself as a naturally talented writer, or is writing a skill that you feel has been developed over time?
Well, writing for me has always come naturally. I've always gravitated to language, to creative writing from primary school straight up to secondary school and beyond. Um, I've worked as a journalist for a couple of years.
Wow.
I've also worked as a copywriter and as a communications officer within the various ministries.
Wow. All of these things have one thing in common, writing. It's
Exactly. Yes.
wow. It's so you have naturally gravitated towards
Yes,
things to do with writing.
I would say so. However, it's one thing to have it naturally,
Yeah.
but with any field, any job, you always have to be working at it. There's always something to learn.
Yeah.
So as much as you have a natural flair for it, in order to advance, you have to learn the tools. You have to get the tools.
Yeah.
Because like writing, you have the idea, you have to take it, you have to outline it. There's a structure, there's format, there's editing. So it's a huge learning curve
Indeed.
to perfect it.
Wow. Wow. I see. Um, and you mentioned that you wrote your first poem when you were 8,
Mhm.
and you never stopped writing since then.
No.
Now, I have a feeling that there is an interesting story here.
Mm.
What can you tell me is the one thing that happened to you personally that has had the greatest impact on you writing? Because if you say you started when you can remember, you were 8,
Mm.
is there something that you can remember and say, this is what started me to have to want to express myself through the written word?
Um, Going back to my childhood, I grew up I was the only child in that environment,
Uh-huh.
right? So besides school, when I came home, I was surrounded by adults, right? So
Yeah.
there wasn't always this ability to interact with people on my level.
Yeah.
And I always had these thoughts of like, who am I? What is my purpose here?
Wow.
From a young age, so the best way to kind of get that out was through my writing. And like I said, this was something I kept secret. This was just my thing.
Your
For the
thing.
longest of while, nobody knew that I wrote poetry. That was
Wow.
just my thing. Yeah. So even publishing this book, even when the book went online, I still didn't talk about it. And you're supposed to market and all those things. I was like, this is my thing. So it took some time because I'm not one of those individuals who likes to be out there.
Yeah.
I'm a more background in
Yeah.
type individual.
Yeah.
So it's taking me slowly but surely. I'm getting to a point where I'm comfortable
Yeah.
discussing my poetry, my ideas, my thoughts openly.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
see.
it's a growing experience for me.
I see what
Self-discovery.
I see what you mean. It's a journey indeed, and wow. I can tell you when I was 8, I was just playing with that and just getting myself in trouble. I don't I don't remember like having to like to be thinking about writing, and they had to beat me actually sometimes to do my homework. I had to like be given punishments for not doing it on time and things like this. But it's amazing that. But I
But
like
as
how
much
you
as I
mentioned.
liked writing, when it came to math and stuff, that's like, mm-mm.
Yeah, I see. I see. But the literature aspect of it was smooth sailing for you.
Relatively, yeah.
I see. Wow. And so now that Kissing Shadows is out of you, because see, the thing I understand about writing books is that book was somewhere inside you,
Mm.
and and you got the courage to get it out of you, and and sometimes you never see book number 2 until book number 1 is out.
Yeah.
If you are not willing to take the first step, you will not see step number 2. So
Right.
I'm curious and I'm wondering, should we expect something else? Is there something else coming after Kissing Shadows?
Yes, definitely. Interestingly, I have started drafting some children's books,
Nice.
ranging from age 5 to 8. I've already, they're in first draft already, about 5. So they're into the editing phase.
Yeah,
So it wasn't expected. It just happened.
I see.
So yeah, so you can look up for some children's books.
Amazing. It's
Yeah.
wow.
And some more poetry as well. Of course, it has to be more poetry.
Poetry indeed.
Yeah.
That's exciting. Let it flow. Just keep it coming. It's I was just looking through the book on Amazon, and I saw the poem that you wrote about love,
Mm,
and I was like, this is this is profound. This is
right.
profound. And just let it flow. It's inspiring, and I think now more than ever, inspiration and things like poetry and the things that come out from the inside out, as far as creation is concerned, I think we need more of that as humanity to be able to advance to rise above what's happening in the world with the crisis and the pandemic and everything else.
Mhm.
Indeed. Wow. And
Because
yes.
no, I was going to say, as poets, as writers, as creative individuals, musicians, etc., we are observers. So we write not only based on our own experiences, but as you mentioned, what's going on in the world. And I think we need to speak out
Yeah.
when we see things happening. Some of us may not be able to be there
Yeah.
in physical form in terms of marching or taking active, roles.
Yeah.
But we have our voice, we have our words, we have our music, and
Indeed.
we, can share this with the world and let our voices be heard.
Most definitely. Wow. Very well said. Thank you so much. And this was very insightful, and it was very inspiring for me. And I know that it will be also for our viewers and listeners. And I'm wondering, where can people buy your book, Kissing
All right.
Shadows?
Well, Kissing Shadows, Caribbean Love Poems, it's available on Amazon. It's a Kindle book,
Yeah.
so you can get it there. Go on Amazon and you can get it.
Very nice. And how can people connect with you? If somebody watches this interview and they say, I want to connect with Danielle.
Okay, I wrote that down. All right. You can connect with me on Facebook. I have an author page. It's Danielle M. Right?
Yes.
And I have an IG account.
Yes.
It's at coskel.mind. I will spell it Coskel.
Yes.
It's COSQUELLE.mind. And you can also go onto my Twitter. It's at Coskelmind. Right?
Oh,
And in case you're wondering, Coskel, it's a Trinidadian term. It's local patois, and it's means outlandish, to be outlandish, brightly colored.
wow.
Right?
Beautiful.
Right.
Amazing. We will put the links with the interview as well. And this was very nice. And I just want to know, is there anything else that you would like to mention that we have not been able to address in the interview?
No, I think we said a lot. I would just like to tell people, go out and get the book, leave a review, because reviews help writers to grow based on feedback. It's important. If you don't get a book, share. Let people know there's this book poetry outside there. Get it. You might like it. You never know.
Indeed.
Take a chance.
Take a chance. Indeed. Wow. Thank you so much, Danielle. This was wonderful, and I will sure be keeping in touch with you.